While smartphones keep getting bigger, cars are getting smaller. Get ready to see the most incredible tiny vehicles that will make your car look boring. Hit subscribe before the button shrinks. Despite having the footprint of a standard pit bike, the E-Ride Pro SS packs a powerful electric motor that launches it to nearly 95 kilometers per hour. At just 64 kilometers, it fires off the line and pops wheelies with zero effort. A single charge covers around 100 kilometers, and you can top it back up in about 3 hours. This bike was built specifically for extreme off-road terrain, which means it charges through sand dunes, rocky canyons, and forest trails with equal confidence. Meet the world's smallest four-wheeled electric car, the Estrema Bureau. This little machine is just about 1.8 meters long, taking up nearly half the space of a regular car. It still fits 2 people inside, and its all-electric drivetrain lets you navigate city traffic at up to 60 kilometers per hour. And the best part, no hunting for charging stations. Just roll out the battery on its built-in wheels, carry it inside, and plug it into a regular wall outlet. After that, the Bureau is ready to cover up to 100 kilometers. Someone looked at a regular snowmobile and thought, what if we made it lighter, quieter, and a lot more fun? That's how the Snowhawk Junior 60 was born. An electric snow bike that swaps 2 wheels for a wide rear track and a steerable front ski. The combination keeps it solid even in deep powder. Its lightweight makes it incredibly maneuverable, and a 16 kilowatt electric motor pushes it up to 60 kilometers per hour. When people see the Leaperkim Veteran Patent for the first time, they all ask the same question. Can you actually ride that? Here's your answer. Inside the electric unicycle sits a motor that can peak at 7,000 watts. That's what lets the Patent effortlessly climb slopes up to 50 degrees, clear obstacles, and charge through forest trails, rocks, and dirt roads at up to 70 kilometers per hour. The 2,220 watt-hour battery delivers around 120 to 180 kilometers, depending on riding style. Every driver knows that sinking feeling when there's no escaping a traffic jam. The creators of Trigo asked, why not just make the car narrower? The headline feature of this 2-seat electric quadricycle is its adjustable track width. At speeds up to 90 kilometers per hour, Trigo drives normally at 148 centimeters wide. But the moment you hit heavy city traffic, one button press narrows the track down to 86 centimeters. The car suddenly becomes compact enough to squeeze through gaps that regular vehicles wouldn't even consider. In this mode, speed is capped at 25 kilometers per hour. It seems like someone got tired of modifying electric scooters after buying them and decided to get everything right from the start. At the core of the MaxFun 10 Max is a powerful 72-volt system and 2 electric motors, providing serious acceleration at a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour, with a range of up to 150 kilometers. Long travel suspension smooths out the bumps, large wheels grip both tarmac and dirt, and the rigid frame keeps you confident even at high speeds. Sure, ATVs were built for off-road, but the Light Horse seems determined to find a place it simply can't go. Its defining feature is 4 independent hub motors. No traditional transmission, no differentials, no drive shaft. Each wheel independently generates traction and adapts to the terrain, so the quad keeps moving even when several wheels lose grip. Total output reaches 17 kilowatts, range is up to 100 kilometers, and the suspension allows it to carry up to 200 kilograms of cargo and climb slopes of up to 35 degrees. With IP67 protection, deep mud, heavy rain, and snow don't stand a chance. Think a Porsche can't get any smaller? Meet the tiny version that looks like someone washed a real 911 on the wrong temperature setting, and it's no less popular on the streets than its full-size sibling. If an ATV and a tank ever decided to have a kid, the result would be the Polaris Rampage. You won't find a single wheel here, just two tracks that, despite the tank-like appearance, let it cruise at up to 80 kilometers per hour. The Rampage isn't just fearless on mud, it takes on sand, deep snow, water, and even sub-zero Arctic conditions. It can cross bodies of water and keep going where most off-roaders would have called for a tow truck long ago. And yes, it can even spin a full 360 degrees on the spot. At first glance, the Hydrofoil KA01 looks almost identical to a sport go-kart. Low seating, a compact body, and a steering wheel right in front of the pilot. The difference? A water jet drive instead of wheels, pushing it to 50 kilometers per hour. And thanks to its lightweight aluminum or impact-resistant EPP hull, it responds instantly to every steering input. There's just one downside. After a few laps in the Hydrospark, a regular jet ski starts to feel not quite exciting enough anymore. The creators of SK Wheel 1 invented the world's first electric skis that don't need snow. Instead of traditional skis, you get two independent platforms, each with two large wheels housing 650-watt electric motors. The suspension and lean system are engineered so that the rider's movements almost perfectly mimic the technique of real downhill skiing. And SK Wheel 1 can reach speeds of around 80 kilometers per hour, turning any paved road into a full-on ski slope. The Safe Light Regional Vehicle is a hydrogen-powered urban concept built with a space frame chassis, programmable crumple zones, and a rigid body that deliver the highest level of passenger protection. The hydrogen powertrain gives it a range of up to 400 kilometers between refueling stops, and inside, there's room for two full-size passengers. While electric car owners search for an open charging station, the Aptera just sits in a parking lot and quietly charges itself. The secret? Built-in solar panels totaling around 700 watts, covering the hood, roof, and rear of the car, adding up to 64 kilometers of range on a sunny day. And the total range reaches a staggering 1,600 kilometers. But don't mistake this for a slow solar tortoise. Thanks to an incredibly low drag coefficient of 0.13, nearly half that of a regular car, the Aptera rockets to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4 seconds. The Polaris Ranger's whole purpose is getting you, your tools, and your gear to where the road ends. It can tow up to 1,134 kilograms, so no load is too much to handle. Despite being just 3 meters long and 1.6 meters wide, the cabin comfortably seats 3, and the spacious cargo bed holds up to 450 kilograms. Add full 4-wheel drive, high ground clearance, long travel suspension, and a 206-centimeter wheelbase, and you've got a machine that calmly pushes through deep mud, rocks, shallow river crossings, and steep climbs. The engineers at Jet Capsule clearly had science fiction in mind when they designed this carbon fiber mini yacht. It can hit 120 kilometers per hour, not from a traditional propeller, but a water jet drive that also lets it navigate safely in shallow water. Inside, it feels more like the cabin of a luxury car than a boat. The panoramic windshield raises with a single button press, and the interior transforms in minutes from a cozy lounge into a dining area or sleeping quarters. And all of this fits in a hull just 7.5 meters long. Your own personal jet aircraft sounds like a toy for billionaires. But what if I told you the subsonics can be assembled at home like a giant adult Lego set, with a build kit starting at just $42,000? Even the fully engineered version comes in at under $100,000, which, in the world of jet aviation, sounds like a punchline. Despite its compact size, this is a real single-seat aircraft with a PBS TJ100 turbojet engine, capable of reaching approximately 450 kilometers per hour and climbing to over 3,000 meters. At first glance, it looks like a plain metal plate with 4 tiny wheels. But step on it, and it becomes the Walk Car 2 Pro, a fully functional electric vehicle weighing just 2.9 kilograms, which is lighter than most laptops. Despite its tiny size, this Coco Motors creation supports riders up to 120 kilograms, reaches 15 kilometers per hour, and can travel up to 8 kilometers on a single charge. While the rest of the world is stuck with snowmobiles pushing 300 kilograms, the French went a completely different direction and created the compact electric snow bike, the Moon Bike. This little beast weighs just 87 kilograms, tops out at 42 kilometers per hour, and turns any snow-covered forest into a proper racetrack. A single charge lasts around 1.5 hours, and if you add the optional second removable battery, you can ride for up to 3 hours or cover around 64 kilometers. Oh, and the battery keeps running even at negative 25 degrees C, so the cold is no longer an excuse to stay home. While everyone else was learning tricks at the skate park, the creators of this wild machine just bolted propellers onto a board and sent it airborne. What you're looking at is a fully functional flying platform that can carry a person into the sky and reach speeds of 70 kilometers per hour. The pilot stands on the board like a skater, steering by shifting their body weight and using a dedicated remote control. The most impressive action happens at low altitude, where it can give even motorcycles a run for their money. Meanwhile, a powerful electronic stabilization system constantly keeps the platform level, because without it, a flight like this would last roughly until the first wrong move. This is quite possibly the most thoughtfully designed boat in the world. Folded down, the Gosun Elcat fits into a few compact bags. To launch, just inflate 2 pontoons, set up the lightweight aluminum frame, and attach the electric motor. Once assembled, you don't just have a boat, you have an autonomous floating terrace with comfortable chairs, a swimming ladder, and a solid roof you can even jump from into the water. The roof of the Gosun Elcat is covered in solar panels that recharge the battery while you cruise, continuously extending your range. Well, someone went ahead and built a fully electric Batmobile. And you know what? It came out even better. Under the aerial hypercar's futuristic body hide 4 electric motors, 1 at each wheel. Together, they produce a staggering 1,180 horsepower, letting this hypercar rocket to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.1 seconds. Top speed reaches 250 kilometers per hour. If you want, the hypercar can also be fitted with a compact gas turbine that acts as a generator, recharging the battery on the go. And all of this fits in a closed 2-seat coupe just over 4 meters long. In city mode, the PAL V Liberty behaves like a compact 3-wheel sports car, hitting 160 kilometers per hour. And thanks to its tilting body system, it corners more like a powerful motorcycle than a regular car. Then, in just a few minutes, the rotor and tail boom fold out, and it transforms into a fully functional aircraft. In the air, the Liberty can reach 180 kilometers per hour, cover around 500 kilometers on a single tank, and climb to 3,500 meters. It needs around 180 meters of runway to take off, and just 30 meters to land, meaning it can operate from small airstrips to prepared landing zones. Parallel parking in the city center is its own form of torture. But if you can make peace with the distinctive look of the UILA electric vehicle, parking will never be your problem again. This two-seat city car is just 2.3 meters long. Its all-electric drivetrain makes it perfect for daily city commutes. Silent, zero emission, and hassle-free. But the real kicker, legally, this isn't even a car. It's classified as an electric bicycle. Finnish engineers have launched a motorcycle from the future into series production. And it's the real deal. You'll notice immediately that the Verge TS Pro has a rear wheel with no hub, no spokes, no chain, and no belt. The secret is an electric motor built directly into the rim. This design eliminates the entire traditional drivetrain, and all the power hits the road instantly. The result? 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.5 seconds. Range stretches to 350 kilometers, and fast charging takes the battery from 0 to 80% in about half an hour. The future is here, and it looks like an 8-rotor armchair from Jetson 1 that can lift you into the sky straight from your own backyard. This thing weighs just around 115 kilograms, reaches speeds of up to 102 kilometers per hour, and can stay airborne for around 20 minutes on a single charge. Thanks to the automatic stabilization system and single joystick controls, most of the work is handled by the electronics. If the pilot lets go of the controls, Jetson 1 will hover in place on its own. And in an emergency, it can even land itself automatically. Forget waiting for the perfect wave. Surfing just got a serious upgrade. The Waydo Flyer 1's underwater hydrofoil and electric motor lift the board above the surface within seconds of setting off, letting you glide just centimeters above the water with no waves required. In this position, you can reach up to 40 kilometers per hour, and a single battery charge lasts around 2 hours. The H7 Pro is the kind of transportation that's already too good to call a scooter, but not quite a full moped either. A large padded seat and 16-inch wheels handle even rough city streets and curbs with ease. A powerful electric motor pushes the H7 Pro to 45 kilometers per hour. But this little machine's real strength is practicality. The reinforced frame supports loads up to 180 kilograms, and the range reaches around 80 kilometers on a single charge. Did you ever dream of seeing who lives at the bottom of the ocean with your own eyes? Then the U-Boat Works Nemo 2 was built for you. This 2-person mini submersible weighs just around 2.5 tons, so it can be towed on a regular trailer and launched straight from a yacht. And instead of small portholes, it features a massive acrylic dome with nearly 360-degree visibility. But the Nemo 2 is anything but a toy. It can dive to 100 meters and stay underwater for up to 8 hours, exploring sunken ships. And it's easier to pilot than it looks. The automated systems handle almost everything for you. The Flyboard Air is a hoverboard weighing just 30 kilograms, capable of hitting 200 kilometers per hour thanks to 5 turbines, with electronics constantly working to keep you stable. The fuel capacity currently allows for around 10 minutes of flight, but that's enough to climb to 3,000 meters and come back down. And its creator, Frankie Zapata, proved the machine's reliability in person in 2019 when he crossed the English Channel on a flyboard. When Yamaha's engineers were challenged to design an electric vehicle of the future, everyone knew the result would be interesting. But nobody was expecting this. Instead of conventional closed body, the Tricera gets an open cabin, 3 wheels, and 2 independent electric motors. But the most unusual design decision becomes apparent in the corners. The rear wheel can steer in sync with the front wheels, making the Tricera incredibly responsive to handle. Picture this. Buy the Telufu GT5 and you get a supercar and a motorcycle in one machine. This electric three-wheeler, with two wheels up front and one at the rear, combines the stability of a car with the compactness and aerodynamics of a motorcycle. It weighs just 500 kilograms, covers up to 240 kilometers on a single charge, and the electric drivetrain delivers instant acceleration with zero noise and zero vibration. And although the Telufu GT5 looks like a multi-million-dollar concept, the top-spec version starts at just $4,900. If helicopters feel too big and drones feel too small, Frankie Zapata, who you've already met, has a middle ground, the air scooter. It can stay airborne for nearly 2 hours, reaching speeds of 100 kilometers per hour with a 19-liter fuel tank good for genuinely long rides. With a built-in autopilot and stabilization system, all you need to do is point it with a joystick. The electronics handle the rest. You don't even need a pilot's license. Better yet, the air scooter can fly completely unmanned and supports remote control. Electric unicycles used to be a hobby for the boldest of riders, but the InMotion V12S proves that today it's legitimate city transport. Inside the V12S is a full suspension system that smooths out every bump along the way. The powerful motor pushes it to 70 kilometers per hour, and the battery delivers up to 120 kilometers of range. And there's more! A touchscreen display shows speed, charge level, and ride modes in real time while you're moving. And the onboard electronics constantly monitor the system to keep every rider safe and comfortable. Not long ago, 3D printers were churning out toys and trinkets. Then someone decided to print an entire car. Most of the plastic body panels on the XEV Yo-Yo are made exactly that way. Yet the Yo-Yo is a fully functional two-seat urban electric car with a range of up to 150 kilometers. At just 2.5 meters long, it fits into any parking spot, and its compact dimensions and tight turning radius make it effortless to navigate narrow city streets. The Volonaut air bike has no massive open propellers. Instead, jet engines generate the lift, making it incredibly narrow. Narrow enough to fly between trees, through tight canyons, and just a few meters above the ground. The machine itself is roughly 7 times lighter than a regular motorcycle, which is why you can reach 200 kilometers per hour and responds almost instantly to every move the pilot makes. The catch? It doesn't come cheap. To own an air bike, you'll need to spend $880,000. Anyone who's ever trying to take a bicycle into the subway knows the hardest part of the journey isn't on the road, it's at the turnstile. That's exactly the problem the creators of the Alva Reflex set out to solve. This compact electric scooter folds in seconds into something you can roll into an elevator, bring to the office, or take onto public transport. Because folded up, the Alva Reflex looks more like a suitcase or a quirky gadget than a vehicle. And yes, despite its size, it's genuinely comfortable to ride. What if instead of parking your personal transport, you could just tuck it under your arm? That's exactly the idea behind the Irmo. The standout feature of this gyro scooter reveals itself after the ride. In just seconds, the Irmo folds into a compact case the size of a briefcase, light enough to carry into the subway, an elevator, or an office. And despite its mini footprint, it stays balanced during the ride thanks to its built-in self-balancing system. Most electric scooter makers compete on speed and range. The creators of the Aether Ritza decided to focus on something different: genuine comfort. Leading the charge is the widest two-up seat in its class. Both rider and passenger sit comfortably, and a soft backrest for the rear passenger makes even longer trips noticeably more enjoyable. The practicality is there too. a 34-liter underseat storage compartment, plus a range of up to 160 kilometers, enough to go several days without thinking about charging. The team at Caterham built a car that weighs just 440 kilograms, less than some touring motorcycles, and it's so light that a tiny 660cc engine is all it needs to sprint to 100 kilometers per hour in under 7 seconds. And thanks to that featherweight chassis, every press of the throttle feels like the car is about to leap forward. I'm convinced the Coyote 4-wheel drive was built for places where roads never existed in the first place. 4-wheel drive and 4 independent hub motors totaling 5,000 watts give it the confidence to tackle any terrain. But it's not just the off-road capability that impresses. At just 157 centimeters long and weighing around 100 kilograms, the Coyote can carry a rider of up to 136 kilograms while remaining surprisingly nimble and compact. The creators of the Ansra Velar decided there should be no limits for an electric skateboard. At its core is a full carbon deck and 2 electric motors capable of 60 kilometers per hour and climbing slopes up to 40 degrees. Large wheels let you ride not just on tarmac, but also on tiles, dirt, and other rough surfaces. With a payload capacity of 150 kilograms, the board handles larger riders with ease. What happens when you combine the best qualities of a bicycle and a car? You get the Hopper, a hybrid that shields you from the weather like a car while staying as compact and maneuverable as an e-bike. It's just 2.1 meters long and about 83 centimeters wide, tops out at 25 kilometers per hour, covers 65 kilometers on a charge, and hauls up to 160 kilograms. In the French Mia 2.0, the driver sits in the center of the cabin with passenger seats on either side, and wide sliding doors make getting in and out effortless. Under the hood, the Mia 2.0 runs on a modern electric platform with 136 horsepower and a range of up to 450 kilometers. At just 3.34 meters long and 1.74 meters wide, it stays incredibly compact for the city. In just a few seconds, the ordinary-looking Splash Transformer electric scooter becomes a mini motorcycle with a seat, a range of up to 40 kilometers, and a top speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Be honest, would you take the A-Motion for a spin? This unusual microcar is just 79 centimeters wide and leans into corners by up to 35 degrees, almost like a motorcycle. That design keeps it stable even at high speeds. And the top speed, a surprisingly punchy 115 kilometers per hour. Despite its motorcycle DNA, this is still a proper car. Inside is an enclosed cabin for 2. And yes, instead of a steering wheel, you get motorcycle-style handlebars. What if, pretty soon, platforms like this started flying around the city instead of electric scooters? The Coolfly eVTOL is a futuristic personal aircraft concept presented as a rendered visualization. It seems the Japanese are genuinely trying to figure out just how small personal transport can get. At around 1.2 meters long and weighing just 55 kilograms, this mini electric scooter takes up no more space than a small bicycle. Its electric drive hits 40 kilometers per hour. A single charge covers around 60 kilometers, and you can store it in a closet, garage, or even on a balcony. This guy actually built a full-scale monowheel from the game Death Stranding 2 in real life. He handcrafted the frame, machined the components, assembled the LED lighting, painted the body, and turned the game's fictional design into actual working electric transport. And yes, the monowheel genuinely moves under its own power. It seems the transport of the future won't just be electric. It will literally be able to change its shape depending on where and how you plan to travel. What do you think about this ACB 94 concept? Thanks to 2 built-in gyroscopes, the monotracer simply cannot be knocked over, tipped, or pushed onto its side, no matter how hard you push, hit, or pull it from the side. Under the aerodynamic shell is a 2-seat electric motorcycle. Built-in extendable side wheels keep it upright at stops, and a 204 horsepower electric motor launches it to 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds, with a range of 350 kilometers. So come on, which one of these would you actually ride to the office? Let us know in the comments. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 2 of Tiny Vehicles.